Hello everyone. We will talk about the history and the development of transnational corporation financing. Take Chinese transnational corporations as an example. These are group members. This is part 1, research background. Large enterprise in developed capitalist countries set up branches and subsidiaries overseas through foreign direct investment and began transnational operations. For example, the British Swing Machine Limited Company, Westinghouse Electric Limited Company, Edison Electric Limited Company. These companies were the forerunners of modern multinational corporations. As of August 2015, China's GDP has broken through the 10 trillion US dollar mark, becoming the world's second largest economy after the United States. With the increasing economic strength of China, the number of China multinational companies is also increasing, and these multinational companies have shown a steady development trend in both number of the strength. And the next is problem statement. What is the development situation of multinational corporations in recent decades? What are the positive effects of financing by multinational corporations? Individual factors affecting investment in multinational companies. What is the development trend? Local enterprises that have just gone out of the country lack experience in overseas financing, leading to many problems in overseas financing. The financing crisis of 2008 demonstrated the interrelationship between production and finance, and the importance of preliminary research on multinational corporations. Due to the influence of capital control, management strength, and other factors, many enterprises are short of funds in overseas investment, production and operation activities, and need to solve the problem of capital shortage through financing. And the next is research objective. In the financing activities of modern multinational corporations, in order to maximize the value of the company, the influence factors of financing often become the focus of attention. The purpose of this paper mainly focuses on four aspects. The first, how have multinational corporations unloved in recent decades? Second, what are the positive effects of financing of foreign enterprise? Third, the individual factors that affect the investment of multinational corporations. Finally, what are the trends? This paper hopes to discuss the future development of transnational corporations through the above 4 points. The last one is significance of the research, practical significance. This paper takes transnational corporations as a research object, analyze the problem exacting in their overseas financing, and push forward suggestions and countermeasures for transnational corporations and similar overseas financing work, which has important guiding significance and practical value for overseas financing work.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gao Heyang, metric number A167430. I will introduce the part B, literature review. The financing activities of transnational corporations refer to the financing activities of financial management that transnational investment corporations use and raise the funds needed for their business on a global scale in order to realize the development growth of their investment and financial business on a global scale. The global operation of transnational corporations enable them to have two resource allocation models in domestic and international markets, especially in capital financing. The parent company can make use of the domestic resources and the financial market of their host country to fully evaluate the appropriate financing costs and methods and flexibly schedule financing channels and methods. Oversized financing of multinational enterprise will not increase corporate performance, but increase operational risks in addition compared with small and medium-sized enterprise. Large-scale state-owned enterprise show a slower growth rate of size after obtaining oversized financing and external financing, bringing more negative growth to companies with large size. The next page describes the findings of previous literature studies. The financing structure of Chinese transnational corporations is affected by the basic factors just like the transnational corporations of other countries. However, Chinese multinational corporations have their own characteristics in terms of environment, industrial difference, and their own factors, so they have formed their own models under the influence of influencing factors. From the perspective of environmental factors, the exchange rate is the most important issue affecting the financing structure of China's multinational corporations at this stage. From the perspective of industrial differences, China's multinational companies in petrochemical industry, metallurgy, and mineral industry, and transportation need to take abundant capital investment as the promise, and a large amount of fixed size investment. With the change of demand in recent years, consumers' demands for information industry and household goods have begun to be personalized and device-fed, which affects the stability of disease industries and thus reduce the ratio of debt financing in the financing structure.
The next part is methodology. In our group project, the questionnaire we did set the independent variables as the respondents' gender, age, and education, and the dependent variables as the investment intentions for multinational companies. It aims to study the individual factors that influence the investment of multinational companies. For data analysis technology, we choose to use descriptive statistics, combine bar chart and line chart to study the development of multinational companies in recent decades and the positive impact it can bring. We use SPSS, statistical analysis of various analysis, and t-test to analyze the individual factors affecting multinational companies. And next part is data analysis and findings. First one, descriptive analysis. We will show two parts of this analysis in detail. The information distribution of the respondents in the questionnaire survey. In order to reflect the subscript statistical analysis. 2. The revenue growth of multinational companies in some main industries in China, in order to intuitively see the development of multinational companies in China in recent decades. For t-test, in this part we test whether there is significant difference in the overall average of data through the single sample t-test of questionnaire data. As shown in table, the significance of all items is less than 0.05 through the results. It is in line with the actual situation and has statistical rationality. And the last part is conclusion. Based on the above statistical description, we conclude that in China, the development of multinational companies has shown an upward turn in recent decades. And according to the data, the positive impact of the funding of multinational companies is undoubtedly the increase in profit and the increase in market share, and they count for the largest proportion in the classification of Chinese companies. According to the results of questionnaire, we conclude that personal factors that affect the funding of multinational corporations has concluded that the differences in personal factors do not affect the funding of multinational corporations, but there are big differences in the perception of multinational corporations. Regarding to the development trend to multinational companies through the survey, the respondents are quite different about this, but most people are still optimistic about the development of multinational companies and the positive effects they bring. And thank you.